This year, the Granite State Amateur Radio Association did something big. We brought the entire club together for one goal, to show just how much GSARA is doing and how many ways you can be part of it. Our club activities fair gave new and longtime members a front row seat to everything happening across the club: the repeater team, Morse code and code buddies, community outreach, field day, VE testing, what's on your workbench, and add in fox hunting and direction finding. Don't forget Aries and our Poda and Soda crews, and suddenly that room was buzzing. Each group shared what they were building, planning, and activating, then opened it up for real conversation, real questions, and real excitement. This video is your introduction to all of it, because GSARA isn't just about radios in the shack. It's about getting outside, getting involved, and getting on the air together. If you're ready to learn more, do more, and have more fun with amateur radio, then welcome to GSARA.
Hey everybody, I'm Tim, WM1H. I do a few things for the club where we practice CW together. And I have a V-band set up where you can go onto the web, and with this little interface here, you can hook up a key or a paddle to it, and you can practice with other club members. We have our own private room. It's called Code Buddy. So if you go in, you get a V-band, and you go to the website and type in Code Buddy into the settings. It's a private room just for us to practice together. And you might find me or Cam or somebody else in the club in the private room, and you can practice with them.
It's good to see you, Steve.
Another thing we do is the ARRL has qualifying runs for CW. And they start at 10 words a minute. And if you can copy perfectly for 1 minute, you can get a ARRL code competency certificate for 10 words per minute. That's where it starts. So I decided to expand that for people who are beginning. You know, we're all beginners in one way or another. So we all start somewhere. So I started a 5 word per minute qualifying run that I do on the air. And you can listen, even technicians can listen. You can listen anywhere in HF. As long as you don't transmit where you're not supposed to, you can listen all day long. So take advantage of that if you have capabilities. Look on the website, on the club website, and you'll see the operating schedule for the qualifying run. There'll be one on Sunday, and then there'll be one next Sunday. I usually do it about 5 o'clock, and I take the message that I send from QST magazine, and after the month is up, I post what I sent, and possibly a video of me sending it. But if you submit your 1 minute copy to me before the end of the month, because you can't do it after it's up there and everybody sees what it was, you can get a code competency certificate from GSARA for 5 words per minute CW. So I'm hoping to give somebody this award, and I have a feeling that somebody might do it soon. So also the other thing that I do is I also am the unofficial commissioner for the net control operators. So I'm looking for people who are interested in doing the nightly net. And also we have a 10 meter net and a 6 meter net, but we have a 2 meter net every night. So if there's anybody who's interested in being a net control operator, I have a sign up sheet right here. Just put your name, contact information, and maybe what days you're available to do it, and I'll be in touch with you, and I'll help you along with the net control. It's a lot of fun to be net control. You get to meet a lot of people. We have a net every night. We have a net 7 nights a week, and you can be creative. You can do your own thing. You know, and you'll get to know a lot of people in the club and hear what everybody's doing. Where can you go every day and talk about what you did? I mean, who cares what you did every day? You know, but we're all friends. We're all friends, and we can all talk about it on the net. And it's a lot. I've had a lot of fun being the net control operator, and I made a lot of friends. So, if anybody wants to do that, I have a sign-up sheet here. Just put your name and a way for me to contact you, and I'll be in touch. Well, thank you for listening.
I've been asked to put together a table for community outreach. We did 5 of these last year. We did every summer we do the 4-H Hillsborough County Fair. That's at the Boston Fairgrounds, the same place they have Deerfest. We did that. We've done that 2 years in a row. Let's see. We did UNH Science Fair in Manchester last year. We did the Krista McAuliffe Shepherd Planetarium, or I guess they call it Discovery Center. We did that a few weeks ago. And this is exactly what the table looks like. It's nothing more than getting a bunch of cheap Chinese radios up here. And the reason we choose these, I don't like the commission on these. The reason we choose these is that lots of times the parents say, I'd love to get my kids involved, but man, is it expensive. And then I say, really? Gee, I bought this guy for $11.41 a couple of weeks ago. These things sell for $20 a pop. So the reason we put these radios up here is to demonstrate to the folks it's not an expensive hobby to get kids started. We explain to the kids the difference between simplex and repeaters. We show them how far some of the repeaters have coverage throughout the state. And then we line up on these various repeaters. We prearrange people for the kids to talk to. They know we're at the planetarium. They know they know we're at a school. And then we just give the radio kid and say, call out KC1TLY and see what happens. And they call out and the world opens up to them and they start talking. So we get the radios in the hands of the kids to promote the hobby. And the reason I put this out here, here we go. The objectives of the GSARA shall be to promote the principles and interests of the amateur radio operation and from time to time to sponsor educational programs for those interested in becoming radio amateurs. So that's basically what this is about. You already heard me mention the big event in Nashua. We're getting our name out there, folks. People are calling us. We get a call from the folks in Portsmouth. We're doing the Portsmouth school system at the end of March. The Dario school system up there. So anybody that wants to volunteer for this stuff, it's a piece of cake. These events usually take an hour and a half, 2 hours tops, except for the week-long boot camp. And it's really nothing more than manning a table like I'm doing right now, explaining to the kids what's involved. You give them a radio, they start talking, and their eyes light up. So there you go. Stop by afterwards.
Can't forget about his Morse code. I mean, the kids.
Morse code, of course, is part of it. Yeah, Tim and Kim, they're like magnets. Believe me, the kids always want their name in Morse code.
Mentoring. This is something new with our club. Quick question. How many of you guys in your ham radio life have ever had a mentor or an Elmer? Only a few. Okay. How many are in the hobby who've never had one and want one? Okay. All right. Well, there's definitely a few in there. We, as a club, have a wellspring of many people from all different facets, all different areas of the hobby. Each of you guys are an Elmer. Each of you guys are a mentor. We have people that come to us all the time and ask, hey, is there somebody that can help me out with this aspect of the hobby? Is there something that, I'm trying to do this or I'm trying to do that? We're developing a program within our club that basically says, we're going to match you up with a mentor. And that mentor can be someone in a specific area. It can be someone who's a generalist. It can be all the above. And really the goal is that you're just there on a one-on-one to be able to help that person along with whatever task that they want to achieve. And get them to a certain point that they're off and running. The next step is that, if they got another avenue, then our job as a club is just to find another resource in our club to plug that person in. And the idea is, there is a lot of older guys in the club, myself included, that and girls, my apologies, I mean guys plural, that all can basically be a mentor. And you guys have a lot of experience in the hobby, and I want to be able to help you guys be able to pass that on, because that's the one thing I got a chance to have in my life as a ham radio operator very early on, and I benefited it both in my professional career and in my hobby. And so I want to be able to see that same thing for everybody, obviously in our club and those that are in and around our midst. So whether they're a little kid or they're a full-grown adult, everybody needs a mentor in some form or fashion. So we're putting together a program, simple, easy. All you need to do if you want to learn more about it. There's a bunch of handouts here. You can also go to our website. Look under the mentoring section. Simple, easy. If you want to be a mentor, it doesn't require any skills. You don't have to have a degree in environmental, in EE or any of that. You just have to have the desire and, be available to have a conversation with, somebody about a certain aspect of ham radio that you're interested in that you can share with them and pass on. So feel free to take a look at that, ask any questions about it. It's not really designed to be this one type of boot camp. It's really just a long-term, longevity, slow burn kind of thing, because the idea is they'll be able to ask the questions. They won't feel pressured. They'll be able to do what they can do at their own pace with you, in lockstep with them. So that is mentoring, new to our club. We're starting to do more of that, so we can always we're always looking for mentors. And if you know people that want to or need, that type of mentoring, they can sign up too as well. We've actually had 2 people automatically who are not part of our club sign up. So we're definitely looking for people that we can plug into them based off of their requirements or whatever they're looking for. Field days, obviously self-explanatory. We are always in the lookout for people to help run field days, whether you want to be a station captain or you want to help be a coordinator of the whole entire event. Please, it's a core of our club. Every club does a field day. We've done it, several years in a row. Every year, it's been super successful in different, facets. It's always, something to do. We, as a club and as an executive board, do not want to throw somebody in the fire. We're going to help you along the way. So don't feel like you have to have any prior, project experience or planning or anything of that nature. If you have a desire and you want to be able to help in that sense, come see me and we'll plug you in and figure out how we can get you more involved in the field day if you're passionate about, either the field day or leading up to it or, coordinating or, putting that in. What's on your workbench? Anybody ever hear that on the website? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what's on our workbench? We usually do this during the wintertime months because we're all locked up in our shacks and we're all at home. We usually do a kit, and that kit is basically a group kit. So it get varying of levels of skill, to complex soldering iron, to SMD components, to through-hole components. We do different kits. The idea is we do it in a Zoom format, so you don't have to be in a physical building. We don't have to find a space to be able to do that. So if you've got some of the simple basic stuff in your home, soldering irons, that type of stuff, and you want to start doing kit building, we try to do one a year, and we just, everybody orders the kit, and when it all comes in, then we schedule a time to do a Zoom meeting, and you just all get on like we do in our regular monthly meetings, and we just all build the kit together. And so we got a couple of videos here of the 2 ones we've done in the past. The last one that I'm playing there was our Fox Hunt attenuator kit. That was a blast. We had a lot of people participate in that. We've also done simple things like building, the tape measure Yagi for fox hunting, stuff like that. So I'm always interested. If you've got an idea, you want to do a kit, you want to lead a kit, you want to suggest a kit, come see me. Happy to incorporate that in and coordinate that to be able to do another one of those for the wintertime months. How many are VEs here? Okay, we got quite a few. All right. So if you're not a VE and you're a general or above, you can basically help give back by doing VE testing. All of us have obviously gone through some testing to get our licenses. It's obviously a need, and in our club we use it as one of our core requirements. So we have a VE team. Our VE team is led by Paul N1OG, and he's always looking for VEs. The benefit to being a VE now than it was before is that you can do it from the comfort of your home. So if you have a computer, you have internet, you can use that to be as a VE examiner. Online, it's very simple, takes maybe a couple hours of your time, and then after that, you're done for the day and you can go off and do whatever you need. But at the same time, we can test people very quickly, all in the online, all from the comfort of their own homes. for all level licenses. So, if you're interested in that, there's more information over there. Feel free to, come find me, and I can point you either towards Paul or, other resources. Thank you, guys.
KC1NGS, and I am talking about fox hunting. Fox hunting is big. It's a fun way to practice finding a signal using a radio. It's pretty simple. There's this is the fox. This little piece here is the actual fox. And it's usually inside this ammo can just to keep it safe. This is primarily done in the spring, summer, and fall. I'd be willing to put it out in the winter if anybody's interested in going out in the snow and the ice, but it's primarily a nicer weather event. But when we have a fox hunt, I'm going to stick this box out in the woods somewhere. I tell people the general area that it's in, and I'm going to give them the frequency that it's transmitting on. If you've never heard the box, hopefully that's what you're going to hear. It comes on for I think it's like 5 seconds, and then it goes off at 10, I believe, and it keeps coming back on and going off. And the object is to try and find where the direction that signal is coming from and find that box. And if you can find it, then you put your name and your call sign and date and time on the log, and I give you credit for finding it. You can do this with just a simple radio. It's not going to be easy with just the radio, but you can do it with just a radio. If you do the what's on your workbench build or just do it at home, you can build a tape measure antenna just out of PVC pipe and tape measure. This also has the attenuator that we did in the what's on your workbench. I also wanted something lighter, so I built another antenna out of arrow shafts. It's a much lighter antenna. You can also buy them pre-made. I probably spent as much getting all the materials to build this if I just bought one of them. But it was fun to build. But that's basically it. It's a fun activity to do, to play with your radios, get out in the woods and learn a little bit more about radios. Does anybody have any questions on fox hunting?
Picking it up.
Cool.
You didn't play it long enough, but when it's running, it'll also give his call sign, so it's legal to transmit.
So the call sign comes over in Morse code. So that's the call sign. So then it'll go off and then it'll come back on again.
N1 COW. Quick show of hands. I got a question. How many of you have never heard of Parks on the Air? How many of you have heard of it but have never tried it? Okay, perfect. So if you have a basic idea of what Parks on the Air is, it's an activity within ham radio to activate parks. And it can be national parks, state parks, national wildlife refuges. They are sites where go out with a radio, an antenna, and a power supply. 10 contacts will activate the park. These, once you have your logs, you can upload them to the POTA site. There's some information. I got some papers here. You can, if you want some more information, you can grab one. There are two sides to the park activations. There's the activators, the people that go out to the parks. There's also the hunters, the people that make contact with. There are some people that are very passionate about POTA, but don't have the ability to leave their home. They have just as much enjoyment hunting from their home as they do from those going out to the park. For me, it's about my attraction to POTA is that it gets me out to places that I normally wouldn't go. I never would have gone to so many state parks within the state of New Hampshire if it weren't for this. I've got the state park plates on my car specifically just so I can do POTA. It doesn't take a lot of complex gear. It can be, for myself, I'm running now just the 891 battery. It can be a simple antenna like an end-fed or a dipole, and that's it. It can be as simple as that, and it can be as complex as you want. I'm by no means, an extremely active person. I don't know where, there he is. If you want to know someone that's the king of it, it would be Keith over there. It can be very minimal if you want to do QRP, the Crown Royal bag, everything for a POTA activation other than the antennas. Here, we'll do it here. There's an entire POTA kit in my hand. It's a little QDX, a Raspberry Pi, and a little battery pack of AA batteries that'll go on the air. And that'll get about an hour's worth of on-air time. So there's a way of doing that. You're only limited on power for how much battery you're willing to carry with you. It can be QRP, it can be full legal limit if you want to drag an amplifier and batteries to do that. It's a fun event. It's very addictive. I'll warn you, but it's something that that it is a great way to go out and experience nature. I've gone to some parks 20, 40 times. Every time I go to that park, it's a different experience. The band conditions are different. The people I talk to are different, and it allows you as amateur radio operators to be an ambassador for the hobby, because you will run into people that are out there asking, what are you doing? What are all these antennas? It's a great way to give back to the hobby. So if you have any questions, like I said, I've got some sheets here with little QR code for the POTA site, and if you have any questions, let me know. Go POTA.
KMM, I'm one of the four balls, the one nobody ever remembers. Most people know is I'm not a rag chewer, that's why. My background is in public health, public safety, where you don't just chit-chat on the radio, so it goes against the grain. But we're not the busiest group. Group that's part of the club, and that's a good thing. If we're busy, that means somebody's having a bad day. So what we are is, but that doesn't mean we're not active. Between Steve Squared and I, we cover both the Greater Manchester and Greater Nashua areas, which is Steve Squared, which is about 18 total communities, and plus 3 others that are actually in Black River County. And we meet monthly. We go over training on various different topics in support of our served agencies, which is, as I said, those 21 communities, 4 hospitals, 3 other medical and health entities that we either supply radios at or supply radios for. You don't need a whole lot to get into areas. You can start with just the ubiquitous HT. So, and then build up to anything you want. We use voice communications to get messages back and forth to those various entities when their internet, cell phone services go down. We can use data through computer programs that Steve will demonstrate a little bit. I've got some of the examples of the different forms that these agencies use, so we're able to duplicate those forms through our software. So again, there's a plethora of information up here. Please feel free to come on up, ask questions, take handouts.
Thank you both. My name is Steve, NE1T. I'm the other AC for Hillsborough County at Greater Nashua. This is a setup of 2 radios, 2 laptops, and 2 sound cards. It's just signal links. These are specifically wired for the particular radios that they are plugged into. Both of these happen to be identical boxes as far as the signal is concerned. One of these machines is running Linux and it's giving me grief right now. And the other one is running Windows. We're trying to transmit between the two machines. You can hear it, I just can't render it. We've got another system off-site. We're trying to talk to him. It's not working too well through the building, probably. But I will turn that on and you'll hear it through this rig, which is not connected.